What's up, gamers? This is a little Skillshare for my Arts Awards. I'm going to be working on hopefully doing a tutorial to Tighten Up by the Black Keys, a song that I'm very fond of. Now, the intro, just the start, is played on the bass, but if you want to, you can do it on the guitar. And it's on the 2nd fret of the low E string, and the rhythm is, and that repeats for a couple of bars before the chords come in. Now this is the most important part of the song. If there's one bit you're going to learn to be able to play along, it's this bit. So the first chord you're playing starts on the 9th fret of the A string, and you'll bar down that 9th fret. And then you'll use your two other fingers to get the 11th frets of the next two strings, and then use your middle finger to get the 10th fret of the B string. So altogether that should be, and the rhythm will be, for one time around on the chord, so you'll pluck the bottom string, and then you'll use an upstroke, and then the last one is up to your discretion. So the next chord is a power chord type shape. I just bar the 7th fret of the D string and the 9th fret of the G string. So you can see, and it's the same rhythm again. So, and then you go back to the shape you used on the first chord. So that's a minor bar chord. So you'll bar the 2nd fret of the A string, 4th fret of the D and G string, and then the 3rd fret of the B string. And then you'll move that up to the 4th fret, the 6th, and the 5th. So you move that up 2 frets from here to here. And that bit will sound. So altogether, for the chords, you have Now, this is probably the hardest part of the song, the main riff here. So you'll start up on the B string. Most of the bits that you play are on the B string and the G string. So to begin with, you can either hammer on from the 5th fret to the 7th fret, or you can just start on the 7th fret, whichever bit's easiest for you. And you'll move between these two. So and then you'll move down to the 6th fret, 6th and 4th, so it's, and then you'll move back up, so it will, back up to the 5th fret, move to the 2nd fret, there. So that last bit at the end is always on the 2nd and 4th frets of each string, and you'll move down towards the end. So back up. A bit like what you do at the start. Move down again, back up, and back to the bottom note, where you can slide up to the chord that you'll start on. So altogether, that should sound like... and a little faster, close to the speed on the track. Now you'll play that every so often throughout the verse, but the bit in the chorus is very similar. You'll play the bit from the start again, but instead of going back up, you'll go back to the start again, so it will sound like... So you'll hammer on from 5 to 7 again, and the ending bit for that is the same, so... 5, 7, 7, 5, 7, 5, 6, 4... Sorry. And this is the bit that changes. You move up to the 5th fret on the high E string. That's 5 and 7 again on the B string. 6 on the G string. 4, 2. So altogether that should sound like... Now that little bit at the end, that's 4 to 6, and again it's just the same as the ending of the riff, or similar to, so you can improvise a little there, but make sure you use the 2 and 4 on the G string, on the D string and on the A string. You can use whichever of those you like, but it sounds best if you end here on the 2 on the A string, as you can slide back up into the chord again. Now, at the end of that, you'll play that twice, and the second time round at the end, you may want to add a few more notes into the bit at the end. So it'll... So, again, that's something that you can interpret and improvise a little on, but it does sound best if the second time round you add in a few more notes. So those are most of the main parts of the song, but about 2/3 of the way through, it changes quite drastically. So at the end of the chorus, instead of ending around here, you want to end like you do in the riff. So you'll go... So that's, once again, it's always these bits on the end are like the pentatonic minor scale on the 2nd fret of the E string. So using 4 and 2, 4 and 2, 4 and 2, 5 and 2 on the bottom string. So you can use whichever of those notes you like, but you'd want to work your way down sort of staccato style, so you'll... Each note is sharply plucked and then you let go straight away. And you'll hold that bottom 2, which you have to end on that note, for a while. There's a little guitar bit, but it's played backwards, which is quite hard to do in real time. And then after that, you'll move to the sort of bridge bit near the end. Now this bit uses power chords. I prefer to do it by barring the bottom note and then the next notes with my little finger. So the first one is on the 2nd fret of the E string, and 4th and the 4th frets of the A and D string. And the second chord that you play is on the 4th fret of the A string and the 6th frets of the D and G string. So it will sound... And the rhythm you play is fairly on the beat, but you change chords at slightly unexpected times. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little slower. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you've got that under control, you can throw in an A power chord. So that's the 5th fret and the 7th frets of the A and D strings, sorry. So that will be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Move to the power A there. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like my time will be cut short on this earth soon, so let's get this ending bit over quickly. Now, after you've gone through that 3 times, you'll move to the A, and you'll play a slightly more complicated rhythm. So that's... And then you move up to the 2nd fret and 4th of the A and D and G strings. And you play that. So those 2 together, slowly, will be... And this is... So, properly together. Just a little note I noticed while I was editing. When you've finished moving between those 2 chords, you'll move back to the A, that's on the 5th fret, like you do during most of the bridge. Same rhythm and everything. Just forgot to mention that while I was playing through it. You can just hear it at the end of the recording there. So anyway, back to tonight's featured presentation. So all together quickly, that will go. And the final bit that you play is up similar to the riff again from the chorus. So you'll play that with lots of wacky effects over it, but underneath it will still be. And make sure that you finish on that 2nd fret of the E string. And it's just the same as in the chorus. So I hope that's explained everything understandably, and as I have mentioned, I will shortly shuffle off this mortal coil. So I think that's it for today, gamers. Let's get that victory royale.